everybody. Okay, so I know this isn't the normal time, but I'm going to go see The Little Mermaid outside downtown Austin tonight in 100-degree weather. Pray for me. I want to hang out with the friends, and that's what you got to do. So that's where I'll be. So anyway, we have 4 books coming out next week. Monday is The Witch Next Door, One Witch Too Few, which I already read from. Tuesday is Rise Up. It's Alison Brownstone, book 11. It's what I'm going to read from right now. Wednesday is The Last Vampire, A Girl Unleashed. I'll be reading from that tomorrow. And Thursday is Federal Agents of Magic, Agents of Order, T.R. Campbell. So what a week. We don't normally try to put every book that I'm collaborating on with somebody in 1 week, but hey, so if you could rest up this weekend before the books come out so that you're ready and read whatever you got to read before Monday, it's all going to come at you. And if you haven't started yet, there's also the Maggie Parker series, The Adventures of Maggie Parker, the Magic Compass, the Gnome's Magic, and I'm forgetting my own stuff, the Elementals Magic. And next month, there will be a new series there, The Witches of Pressler Street, a little bit like Charmed, so it'll be lots of fun. So anyway, we're going to do Alison Brownstone 11, Rise Up, a sneak preview, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So this is Chapter 1, Rise Up. An explosive shockwave smacked right into Alison and knocked her door. Her shield could only do so much when she wasn't planted in the ground. The crack of trunks splitting sounded all around her, and fir trees fell to the ground like pins scattered by a bowling ball. She pushed off the ground, her wound stinging, but her layered shields had saved her life. She summoned a new shield and extended a new shadow blade. Yeah, Mason was right about this plan. Tahir, what's the progress of the other team? She asked. I'm getting lit up here. There was no response. Alison reached up and patted her ear. Damn. Her receiver was gone, no doubt knocked by the last explosion. Something whistled through the air. Here we go again. Alison extended shadow wings and launched from the ground as a pulsating orb struck. The ground struck the ground again a few yards away. The latest explosion and shockwave sent her hurtling into the air. Her trip ended with an unceremonious crash into a thick tree trunk. She slid down the trunk with a grunt. I'll handle distracting the cannon. That sounded so cool when I said it, but Dragzy, Hannah, and Mason better hurry up before the smugglers finish blowing most of the forest away. And how are we going to explain that? Sorry, folks. The Olympic National Forest burned down because of Alison Brownstone is incompetent. Alison released her wings and flung out a shadow line. She pulled herself to a new tree and sent out another line to complete the process. Her new movement kept her in motion as more whistling announced the arrival of more cannon blasts. They struck behind her and created new clearings. The actual job, in theory, was supposed to be simple. Agent Latherby was having trouble getting permission for a raid against a group of wizard arms smugglers. His PDA superiors wanted to wait longer and collect more evidence before apprehending them. They believed they could catch a few bigger fish that way. But when he'd learned the smugglers were bringing over a gnome-created explosive cannon that didn't even require magic to fire, the agent had appealed to a few supervisors who agreed with him. Unfortunately, they couldn't gather the necessary resources in time due to bureaucracy, so Latherby reached out to Alison and gave her a straightforward mission: destroy the cannon and secure the smugglers. As the cannon possessed homing capabilities, approaching the wizards directly would end with the Brownstone team blown to pieces. Alison had decided to distract the enemy while her team passed through their magical trap-laden forest compound and surprise the smugglers. I can do this. I just need to keep stalling. The cannon's got to run out of power eventually. Another blast leveled a half-dozen trees. Alison changed course, trying to make her way back toward the wizard's compound. Eventually, it had never seemed so far away. This is not my favorite day. Alison summoned new wings and shot straight up before leveling off several yards from the treetops. If she lost her cover, the gnome cannon would finish her with ease. But if she stayed near the ground, the explosions would have a good shot at doing the same thing. She spun and dodged a blast. It curved around but struck a tree, blowing the top and launching flaming debris all around. Good thing it's wet and February. If I could just catch my breath, I could counterattack with a blast of my own. Allison dove to avoid another blast. The pulsating glob of energy looped around toward her. She looked over her shoulder before charging a nearby tree. A quick twist at the last moment helped her dodge the tree, but left the trailing attack obliterating it. She continued forward through a cloud of fire, wood dust, and smoke. I wish Latherby knew a little more about the cannon. Allison spent the next minute erratically changing course, spinning and altering her altitude before she realized something very important. Wait a second, they stopped firing. Did they finally run out of power, or did the team get to the cannon? Allison let out a sigh of relief before turning toward the wizard compound and accelerated. Smoke poured from the forest in the distance, marking her target. She lowered her altitude to skim along the ground and pulled back to a stop only a few yards away from the building. Here we go. From the outside, the compound appeared to be nothing more than a hill covered with fallen logs, but the careful eye would notice the runes and wards carved into trees and rocks in the area. The guiding smoke poured from a jagged hole in the side of the faux hill. Several nearby logs smoldered. A few wizards in camouflage fatigues rushed out, wands in hand. Coughing, Allison downed them with quick stun bolts before they even realized they were under attack. So this cannon didn't run out of power. Good job, guys. Allison jogged closer to the hole and extended a shadow blade. She followed up with a quick light orb and air bubble as she entered the darkened tunnel. Several bodies littered the entrance. Some had stopped breathing. Others groaned, half-conscious. Although their orders didn't call for explicit neutralization, Agent Latherby made it clear he didn't expect the Brownstone team to not defend themselves. A scream sounded in the distance. Allison sprinted toward the source. 30 seconds of running brought her to a sprawling artificial cavern filled with dozens of crates and tables, artifacts of various types on display, everything from glowing swords to a silver pipe radiating intense magic. A huge room-covered golden team lay on its side in fire, burning debris all around it, the main source of the smoke. How were they even firing that thing out of here? Allison shook her head. The mysteries of powerful gnome artifacts could wait. If the PDA had their way, they would lock the damn thing up in some warehouse where no one would ever find it. It wouldn't be her problem soon enough. More wizards lay on the ground, most wounded but alive. Drycy stood with a knife held to the throat of a wide-eyed wizard, smiling. Hannah tails were fully on display as she wiped off her bloody claws on her shirt. Mason moved from downed man to man, taking their wands. No reason to let anyone surprise them. Mason looked over at her, relief on his face. You had me worried, when we lost comms with you. He glared at the wizards. I don't know what I would have done if these bastards had hurt you. Allison shrugged and pointed to a scratch. I haven't had time to heal up, but it wasn't so bad. Even with their fancy homing, they were having trouble landing a direct hit. Not saying I would have preferred you guys didn't stop them earlier. She gestured to downed cannon. Blasted it directly, huh? Drycy grinned and forced the wizard down to his knees before slapping a zip tie on him. The PDA said we had to stop them from selling it, but they didn't say anything about keeping it in one piece. But it's held up pretty well. Yeah, too bad it's not slag, Allison nodded. Fewer dangerous artifacts in the world wouldn't hurt. Did you guys get the leader? Technically, these guys have an organizational bounty, and he's got a bounty that's a nice bonus I can spread around. Hannah gestured to a bearded man with a slashed chest lying with his back against a crate. Allison marched over to the man. I'm sorry about this. If I thought I could have gotten you to surrender at all, we wouldn't have done something like this. But everything we were told said you'd fight, no matter how we approached you. We have pride, the man grunted, but you're nothing but a government lapdog. You got lucky this time. Allison rolled her eyes. Lapdog. But guess what? I don't care. She gestured around. Because I don't think you were about to give these some oppressed guys. I know all about the kind of people you help out. Terrorists and organized crime. And you also help out your bank account. The wizard hocked a bloody lob of spit at her feet. Screw you, Brownstone. You've made a powerful enemy today. I hope you realize that. Allison shrugged. Made a powerful enemy? That's like every day of the week for me. Job hazard. I'll have my assistant pen you in for a vicious final battle. But you'll have to get in line. For now, you've got a date with the PDA. that is it for today. Like I said, 4 books out next week. I'm also working on a collector's item for Pea Brain Society. It's going to be fabulous. It's going to be a lunchbox. Wait till you see it. Very excited about it. And the fan lunch in Austin is coming up a week from tomorrow. And there'll be pictures from that and swag. So lots of good stuff. Stay tuned. I will be, and hello, Debbie. Hello, Debbie. And hello, Alfred. And anybody else who's watching. And I will be reading from, I think, The Vampire Girl Unleashed tomorrow. And thank you, Debbie. I'm glad you like that. And I will talk to y'all later. And I'm glad you're here. And we'll keep doing these. You can be entertained, or maybe it'll help you get to sleep better. Either one works. Talk to you later.